going to be doing, which is the travel. And you are going to be going to literally my three of my favorite places that I visited in Israel. So because I do love to travel, and we are going to include some photos to get you all excited. Let's talk about the weekend trip that you will take people on, going through some of these really exciting places. Now, I believe you're going to start with Old Jerusalem.
Yeah, it's like a tradition that we do a weekend tour as part of what I said before. It's like a full week. Mm-hmm. So we have the hospital tour and then 3 days of Congress and then the weekend.
Okay.
So Jerusalem, Old City, Jerusalem, the Wailing Wall. This year people can go to the Israeli Museum in Jerusalem. And then we go...
Wait, before we even go on, because Old Jerusalem, we can't leave that quickly.
It's amazing.
Old Jerusalem, to me, is on par with Rome in terms of the kind of history you will see. So can you just describe, how old is Old Jerusalem?
It's crazy. It's like you have building 2,000 years old. It's the Wailing Wall is like before Jesus was born. So it's, I don't know, 400 years before.
People make pilgrimages to Israel just to see the Wailing Wall, right?
Yeah.
And why is it so special?
What, the Wailing Wall?
Yes. Tell us.
Because it's crazy. It's crazy that you have a wall, which is the west wall of where the temple of Israel was. This is the same wall, They build on it, but it's the same wall for over 2,500 years. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But it's also sacred to the Muslims.
Yes.
And the Christians not, but the Muslims and the Jews. So it's a very conflicted area. But a lot of politics, inside. But when you're there, you don't feel it, because people actually live there in the old city.
Yes. Yes. Isn't it a tradition? I know I did this. Is it that you place a little wish in the wall or a hope?
Yeah. It's like the closest. It's like the closest place that you can talk to God, because the temple was there. So you write something and you put it on the wall, and maybe someone will hear you.
Well, it's because I feel like the things that are unique to Israel are truly once in a lifetime places to visit. And Old Jerusalem and the Wailing Wall are absolutely on par. It's like walking through time when you walk through Old Jerusalem. So I just feel like that must be emphasized. Okay. Yeah. And I think a lot of people have forgotten or never knew how cool that is. And so that's an area of Israel that's over 2,000 years old. And just walking around, you see a lot of history.
Yeah. Just looking to your left and right. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, because you can see new things and very old things. It's combination of them together. So it's crazy.
Okay, great. And then where do you go next?
After that, we're gonna go to Dead Sea area, to the Dead Sea. We're not going that day to the Dead Sea. Yeah, you've been.
I have.
Dead Sea.
Also super unique. So tell us, because maybe some people out there don't know. Yeah.
You have to come and see the Dead Sea, because it's dying, actually.
I've seen it, but I guess I have to come back and see it again. It's dying? That's so sad.
It's dying. Yeah. It's like the half of it's almost gone.
Really?
Yeah. It's quite sad.
How long?
Many years, actually, because it's, again, politics and money and everything combined with it.
Wow. I was there probably 20 years ago.
So if you see it again, it's not the same. It's getting smaller.
That's sad.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
That is sad. Now, the Dead Sea, it's the only sea on Earth like this, correct?
I'm not sure, but one of the only, probably. Maybe there's one more. It's very salty, and there's no life in it. That's why it's called the Dead Sea. and it's
you
400
float.
meters deep. Yeah, and you float because the water is
Mm-hmm.
it's more heavy than you. So it's you float, and if you have like, it's really good for your skin or something, the mud,
Yes.
because it's got what's the name of
The mud. They have this
So
mud
people
you
go
put
and
all
put
over
mud.
yourself.
Yeah. So it's just the regular mud from the sea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's supposed to be really good for your skin or something.
Yes, I actually, when I visited, I did get the mud. I don't remember what it's called, but we put it all over our bodies, and then you're supposed to rinse off in the sea. And like, in terms of how much it keeps you afloat, was ridiculous. We had one guy in our party who brought a newspaper and sat and read the newspaper while he was in the Dead Sea. So, I mean, and
just
there's
float.
pillars of salt. Are there still all those pillars of salt?
Not you can see them, but it's on a different part. We're probably not gonna come there.
Oh, okay. See, I did a lot of pillars of salt, and that's been there for how many years?
What, the Dead Sea?
Yeah.
I don't know, like thousands of years, no?
Okay. I mean, I don't
crazy.
know. That's why I'm asking.
Really old.
I mean, that's
really
the thing
old.
about Israel. Everything is so old.
Everything is old.
Everything is old except you, right?
Yeah.
Right. And so you're going to do the Dead Sea, and
Dead Sea, and then we're going to stay in a kibbutz, like for overnight.
Tell people what a kibbutz is.
Oh, wow. So a kibbutz, it's something that came from the Russian point of view, like old communist Russian, that everybody should take care of each other. And when the people started coming to Israel in the 48, they thought about a way to grow the land, like different communities. So people just came together, and then they say, okay, I have money, but you don't have money. So how can you help the community if you don't have money? So I pay with work.
Okay.
I'm working with the cows, or I'm working in the land, or I'm doing the billing, or I'm doing the, I don't know, whatever. So everybody is doing what he can. And the kibbutz, the community, give you services.
Okay.
Kindergarten, you have people go to eat together. Everything is like together, like a community.
Yes, and how many? It was
really nice.
I've never been to a kibbutz. I know some people who have, and it's definitely very communal from what I hear. How many people are usually on a kibbutz?
It can be very small to very, very big. It's not a city,
but an example, like
5,000, 5,000, 10,000, and even less.
Okay.
No, this is very big, very big. But actually, there's not many kibbutzes in Israel that are still full community.
Got it.
You still have the facilities of the kibbutz, and it's really nice. It's really good people, but everybody got his own money and his own family. My wife is from a kibbutz.
Oh,
down
cool.
south. And when she was born, all the children, when you're born, you put them in a nursery, and the children didn't sleep at night with their parents. They have like all children sleep together. You see, this is like a community. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Now, did she like that?
No.
Okay.
No, she hated it. She hated it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm living in a city and not in the kibbutz.
Okay. Well, you're a smart man to make your wife happy. It's true, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is the basics. This is the basics. Yeah.
The kibbutz that you will be staying at during this weekend trip is a very nice one that Gil, another member of the ICCM, has stayed at previously. Yeah,
of course. It's really we don't take places like it's Kfar HaNokdim. Its name. His name is Kfar HaNokdim, which is like the Nokdim village.
Got it. And will they also be, for that period of time, interacting with the community?
I'm not sure that we want to interact with the community because we have our own space. No, because we have our own space, and we want to have a fire, and we want to have a talk and drink and stuff like that.
Okay.
But we can see them. We can see them when we eat dinner at the dining hall. It's really nice atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a desert. It's not a real desert. We have more desert in Israel.
I remember that.
Yeah. The area near the Dead Sea, it's really unique.
Yes.
And we're gonna see Masada also.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. You've been there?
Moving on now. Masada. Masada is also, luckily, I got to visit all the places on your itinerary. So
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Wow.
Yes.
You can climb and you can go down with a cable. What's the name of the?
I climbed up to the top. I did the walk. It's a good walk. Let me ask you this, though. So I bet you there's a lot of people who don't even know what Masada is. So
yeah,
it's a huge historical site with quite a history. Do you want to give us a short version of the history?
I don't really know the exact history of Masada. I just know there's a big fight there and everybody killed themselves. This is if we want to do it like really short.
Okay, well, I actually
maybe you remember more things about it.
I do, but I can still do it short. So I found Masada very touching. So basically what happens is it's this huge mountain and there is a city at the top, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
A very old city, yeah.
A very, very old city. We're talking a couple thousand years, correct?
Yeah.
At least. And my understanding, though I'm sure I don't have all the facts correct, are that when Jews escaped slavery, they went to the top of this mountain because it was so hard to get to, it was a way for them to be safe. And I think they were up there for at least a year, if not longer, but they knew that the people were coming to take them back to slavery. And actually, the reason everybody killed themselves, and it's really quite sad because they killed themselves, they killed their families, because they decided they would rather die than live as slaves. So that is my understanding of what took place at Masada. And I just remember it was a little bit of a strenuous walk and there wasn't a lot of space when you were going up.
You can do the walk or you can take the cable or you can do the walk and go down with the cable. So there's many options.
And do you do the walk?
Sure. I did it in the army with, what's the name of it?
I don't know.
This thing that you put somebody wounded on it was stretcher. It's called a stretcher.
Really? You did that?
So we took it like with that, with all of the gear, and you go up, and then you get like something, army something that tells you, feel good. So everybody is doing it,
I remember it was actually, I was surprised that the area you could walk on and then fall off the mountain was not wider at certain areas. So,
but nobody fell. Nobody fell so far.
No. I'm not saying it's unsafe. I'm just saying that if you have a great fear of heights, you might want to take the cable car.
Yeah. Of course.
Yes. But I mean,
and if you don't want to walk it, it's not an easy walk, but it's a walk.
That's beautiful. True. It's a beautiful walk. We did it as the sun rose.
Oh, nice.
Really nice. Yes. So as we started, it was dark, and then we got to the top as the sun was rising.
Yeah, and you can see the Jordan. You can see the Jordan heights and mountains from the other side, like to the east. So it's really nice.
It is, and I mean, every single one of these places, I think, are so unique, and I don't know if you can see places like that anywhere else in the world. And I think that is an amazing perk of going to Israel. So anyone out there who's been thinking about it and getting some CEUs, I highly recommend that. Is there anything else going on that weekend trip you'd like to talk about?
No, just actually having for me in specific for me, it just laying back after a crazy week of the Congress.
Yes.
And you just really get to know the people, because I don't have time to talk to nobody during the Congress because it's a lot of work. So in the weekend, I can still see some people who are staying, and it's really fun.
That's great. The other thing I also think is a plus is you will be having pretty good weather that time of year, won't you?
Of course, it's April.
Okay.
April, it's the best weather for me. It's the best weather in Israel that time.
And
it's
Tel Aviv has beaches.
Of course. The hotel that we have, the venue is like the Congress venue. It's like 15 minutes walk, and to the sea, it's 15 minutes walk. Tel Aviv is amazing. It's you can eat, you can go to the beach, you can party, you can do whatever you want. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think that all sounds quite nice. So let's move on or wrap up the Congress and ICCM. I'm going to restart that. So I hope you all can see we're having fun. With the ICCM and the Congress, first off, let's get a couple facts out there before we move on. When is it?
The Congress start on April 2nd.
Of this year.
We have the 2019. But we have the hospital tour, so it starts in April 1st. So if you want to join it, it's better for everybody to come at the end of March, like the 31st of March.
Yes.
And then just stay for the week, like Sunday to Sunday. This is the best way to enjoy the full week, because the Congress is the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of April.
So it's 3 days of lecture.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 days of lecture. The 2 first days, like short lectures, 3 hours or hour and a half. And the last day is a full day workshop.
Okay.
The weekend trip is the 5th and 6th. Like weekend, by the way, weekend in Israel is Friday and Saturday, and not Saturday and Sunday. It's very important to know. So the weekend trip is Friday and Saturday, and we come back at Saturday afternoon. Yeah. Sunday, everybody's working. Everybody
can find out more about it. They can register at the ICCM website. What do you think is the thing the attendees enjoy the most about the Congress?
I think we have two major things that is really nice in the ICCM. The first thing, as a practitioner, the speakers and the level of the speakers is really high.
Yes.
Israelis practitioners, from what I saw all around the world, is very high level. We're very professionals, so to speak, because if you're really working on clinic, you see a lot of patients.
Yes.
And when you see a lot of patients, you have to be good. Otherwise, you don't have work.
Yes.
And Israel is very expensive, so you can't afford not having work. So it's very professional Congress. This is one side of it. And the other side, which is just great mingling, and it's really fun. It's really fun being there because the people are really nice.
You probably meet a lot of interesting people.
Yeah, it's really interesting, and this is part of what we're trying to do, just connect people. So practitioners will enjoy and just meet each other. So it's a really nice way. Yeah, it's really nice.
Well, that sounds great. And would you say that's your favorite part of the Congress as well?
We're actually doing it because it's fun.
Okay.
This is the only way we're doing it. It's fun. It's really hard work.
Yes.
It's really fun. It's really fun.
That's wonderful. I mean, I always feel when you do something because you enjoy it, that comes through and it makes the event so much better. So